Hey there guys, what's going on? So, apologies for the big absence I managed to take since my Tobias Jesso Jr. videos, Sufjan Stevens, some of the stuff I managed to get up there that really built some momentum, and then I kind of went quiet for a little bit. There were some things going on, some work-related things going on. Things are getting a little busier around here lately, I'll say that much, but part of the reason for making this video today is actually I wanted to put up another type of video, a vinyl unboxing video, before I went on this hiatus. And I was going to mention that, you know, I was taking a little bit of a break and stuff like that. But there's a question I want to pose today now that I'm getting back to making some videos here. And part one of this question is, if anybody out there has any experience with like GoPro, the Hero 3 Plus, something along those lines, and you happen to have like a Mac laptop or experience with Mac laptops or whatever, is there, an issue with the video file types that the GoPro encodes with? Do you encounter something like that where you hook up the camera to the computer to import your files, and then you find that they will sometimes they'll import fine, but other times you'll get it and they'll either import very, very slowly, or they won't import at all. They'll get about halfway through and just crash. And I don't know, I've had weird experiences with my newest Mac laptop, which I got last Christmas after several years with the old one. I've had some weird little glitches and some things not working quite as they should be, so that could just be maybe a laptop issue and something that I need to investigate a little bit more. But I wanted to pose that question because not only do I encounter that with maybe these file types, just getting them onto the computer, but then I also really experience a great deal of lag and uploading times putting them up on YouTube. Now, part of that is my internet service, which is not even really great for just like your pedestrian family internet kind of a thing. It is a bit of a slow service to begin with, but I do notice a very significant difference between when I will make a video, like a video review or an album review, where I shoot straight to the computer. I talk straight to the computer and all that with the editing and all that stuff, compared to when I can make a video like this, and I could make a video like this that's maybe 5 to 8 minutes, and I could make a video straight to the computer that's 5 to 8 minutes. And I know it's all encoding and things like that, but it takes so much longer with the GoPro files. And I know that's also a much higher quality that's going on as well, obviously, with the GoPro. And currently, because of my setup, I can only really shoot at about 720 and 60 frames per second, which is pretty good, although the quality does have to come down a little bit in iMovie as well, so that just being able to optimize the video to send it, to get it ready to be put up on YouTube doesn't take 8 hours at a time. So those are my questions on the GoPro front. Is there something in video encoding, something to change in a setting, maybe something like that to make the importing easier? Because that is what kind of dashed the hopes of the last video I wanted to put up. It just kept crashing and would not import over and over again. So all the stuff that was in this particular video will be coming up in a big set of videos I've got planned to do. And also, is there just something that could be tweaked or changed a little bit, considering my setup, that might make videos made with the GoPro not only import better, but maybe upload a little bit faster to YouTube. So if anybody's got any insight out there on that, please do let me know. And part two of this video, as sort of my reintroduction to making some stuff again, is I wanted to talk a little bit about some vinyl related things here. Not an unboxing or anything like that, those will be coming in the later videos, but I want to talk a little bit of equipment here. And if you've gone back a while, I think this might even be, I think I made another one when I came to this channel, when I rebooted my YouTube projects and started. But if you go back a little bit of a ways, I went over my equipment, my layout. I think somebody requested it, what my setup was in terms of my turntable, my amp, my speakers, you know, the whole thing. So I come to you with this question today because I'm having a lot of issues regarding the amplifier. Now, I'm going to do my best to show you this, because I know you probably won't want to dig back through and watch the video on my equipment yourself. Apologies for my little weird setup here. But this is my dopey amp, the LP 2020A Plus, which has served me quite well, I'll say. The reviews have been very good. You know, everything about it on Amazon was highly thought of. You know, it's just your basic setup, your on and off switch, your knob directs, you know, your different things with tone and bass and stuff like that. It's been very good, you know, to me in that sense, but at the same time, you know, I don't know if this is an issue because you have to hook these up, you know, directly from speakers that don't have like plug ends. You know, you have to hook them up with these electronic connectors. If it's something between the connecting things between the amp and the speakers. But I'm encountering a lot of issue with playing records, even things like really like soft stuff. Not even like, we're not talking bassy like Bon Jovi style things, like, you know, or like real like rock anthems or things like that. Things right down to even like, and I'll talk about this in a later video, this Ryan Adams Live at Carnegie Hall box set. I just got this past weekend, and I'm playing it last night, and it's got a great sound to it, 180 gram, very high quality. It's all solo acoustic, the whole thing. And it, you know, it's crystal. It comes off the you know, the speakers really well. But for being, you know, solo acoustic, if that volume is turned up just like too much, it's almost like, it almost reminds me of like the old tape players, the old CD players in your car. You know, when I was like a kid or when I was younger riding in the car, and you go over like a bump in the road or hit a pothole or something, and you'd hit it and jog it in such a certain way that the, you know, what you were listening to would skip or jump ahead, sort of. And I don't think that's quite probably the same analogy as this, you know, here. But I'm wondering if there's something in this equipment chain that, you know, I should be upgrading to. I know somebody a while back, I don't know if it was in that last equipment video I did or the first one, had said that my amp wasn't a particularly good setup with what else I had. So I'm kind of trying to see if I can revisit that a little bit and maybe upgrade something in the chain here between the Audio-Technica turntable, the Dayton audio speakers that I have, and this dopey amp, because it just is something that keeps happening, and it's like, just to even make it loud, to really maybe bring it up to like the upper third of the volume knob, you know, if it builds up too much, even solo acoustic, you know, the amp will drop the input. Like, you'll hear a little like a click, everything will go silent, and it will like click off for a second and then click itself back on. It almost reminds me of when, you know, we'd have these, they still do this, I think, a little bit with these like iPod speakers, and you'd put your, you know, your iPod in them, and then if they, like, the volume was too maxed or couldn't handle the, you know, the speakers couldn't handle the volume that was playing, they would start to like hiccup, you know, and kind of skip along a little bit. And I'm encountering that a little bit with my turntable as well. So I hope these questions make sense, but I definitely have a lot of questions, not only in the GoPro regard, but also with what I should do about this amplifier thing. Just something about listening to this solo acoustic thing last night and just trying to have it a little bit louder and having this amp problem. And it's happened with a lot of different things periodically, but it happened several different times last night, and it just will, you know, it'll click off and go silent for a second and then click back on. And I'm just, it's making me wonder what I need to upgrade in my little rig here. So, like I said, I hope that makes sense, guys. This is my little reintroduction to making some YouTube things again. Some things I would like to change or maybe, you know, upgrade if possible. Hopefully there's some of you out there who will be able to maybe answer some of these questions. like I said, hopefully they made sense. And, you know, just leave me a comment or send me a message on any of that, and we'll go from there. But got plenty more videos here to make for you guys still to come. Gonna try to keep them short in the meantime with this GoPro issue, so the computer won't be uploading for so long that it will maybe crash and stuff like that. So expect a bunch of shorter videos, but there's a ton of things that I want to cover. So keep it here, guys, and stay tuned.